Right, good afternoon. Today is a Tuesday, which means I'm going to go to the running club tonight. I'm getting a lift off a good friend of mine. She's going to take me down and bring me back. So we'll get to go to the club again. It's track night. Track night tonight there's two different types of sessions depending on which group you're in. Generally, the first few groups do a few more miles and faster than the slower groups or the groups at the back. So today for me is going to be 1 kilometer at 10k pace, which is 2.5 laps of track. We then do a 4-minute recovery, a bit of walking, make sure we're all right. And then the actual session is 4 by 800 meters at 5k pace. There's a 2-minute static recovery between every rep. So run 800 meters, 2 minutes. Run 800 meters, 2 minutes for four times. And then we do a 4-minute static recovery at the end of that, and then 1k flat out. It's about 30 seconds 100. So 150 seconds a lap. It's a muggy day, quite hot, but it's raining on and off. And then I'll record some footage on the track tonight, which should be nice. I like running on the track. It always feels nice on the legs. At least I used to. They're always quick, really competitive, especially the front groups anyway when I was running B. No one ever stuck to pace. You were always running faster than what you were told by the coaches. But like I've always said, if you're feeling good, go for it. Go for it if you're feeling good on the night. If you're not, that's fine. No one can really complain about running slow. No one can really complain about running too fast either, because you never know what kind of day you're going to have. It is the day after my track session on the Tuesday. Again, last night I got in quite late and I was tired. By the time I'd had food and had a shower, it was after 9:30, and running, the fatigue from running it's a lot of fatigue. So I wanted to just go to bed. So that's what I did. So I didn't have time to finish a little outro. My camera actually ran out while I was on the track. Need to try and work out the settings to see if there's some way of making the camera last longer, or just don't record as much of my warm-up, because I did a 5k warm-up. It took longer probably for the warm-up than it did for the session. It was absolutely tipping it down for my warm-up. It was still raining a bit during the session, but it wasn't that bad, and it eased off, and towards the end it was actually quite nice. I managed to take my coat off. So in total last night I did 8.6k. The session was, in the 18, the session was 1k around the track, so 2.5 laps at 10k pace. And then I think we had a rest for 2 minutes, a static recovery. And then we did 4 by 800 meters, and it was 30 seconds 100. Yeah, so we did 4 by 800s, and in between each one of them was a 2-minute rest, I think, a static recovery. And then after that, we had a 4-minute static recovery and then another kilometer to finish with. I think it was meant to be at 5k pace. So pretty much full belt for me, 5k pace. It was a fairly tough session, and I could feel it in my legs. And the team I was with was actually a lot of people that had dropped down to E, because either returning from injury, kind of like myself, I guess, or running big races like the Lakeland 50. I know Helen was running. She's running the Lakeland 50 next week, is it? So she wanted to drop down a group just to save her legs a bit. And you find that at our club, actually. People will drop groups, or they'll move up a group if they're feeling good. And it's quite nice. It never actually used to be like that, but the coaches have got a nice balance there, where if you've done a big run on the weekend, you don't want to be coming out and absolutely knacking it, as you just get injured. But I could feel, whilst I was on the track and were doing the paces, I could feel my calves and my hamstrings were definitely pulling. So I was trying not to push too much, but trying to stay with the group at the same time. I led most of them, actually. I led quite a few. And it was just trying to handle those little niggles I kept getting. But, I don't want to get injured. That's the point of us being an E-team, so that I'm not pushing too hard. Holding back, make sure I'm not getting injured, because I don't really have a lot of strength, or I don't have the strength I used to be able to just push on and absolutely smash it. I will just get injured, and with the Great North Run being one of my major goals this year, I didn't want to do that. So where were we on the track? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 4.5k of the 8.5k I ran are all on the track, and all 4 of them are under 5 minutes a kilometre. So for me at the minute, that's way faster than my normal 5k pace, but obviously that's with rests in as well. I don't record rests on my watch. It just doesn't handle them very well. So I normally stop. So when you're looking at this, like, a cumulative time was 1 hour and 24 minutes, but I actually only ran for 43. Yeah, the session was hard. I could feel it in my legs. I was trying to hold back so I didn't get injured. And it's actually the first session I've ever done where I was getting head pain towards the end. And that's probably because I was pushing. There was some people that went out on that last K that were like going quite hard. And I just wanted to keep up with them. I don't know why. I didn't have to. It's just training at the end of the day. But I don't know. I've still got that fight in us to try and chase people down if they try and push on. Whilst making sure I don't pop any muscles at the same time. So there's a bit of a balance there. Today, feeling it a bit. Obviously, I was feeling it last night and I'm feeling it the day. So it's just hydration, as always. Take a couple of paracetamols as and when you need them. And just managing it. Haven't been too bad. I've been at work today, so we've been dealing with it. It's fine. I know now that, like, if I get headaches, it's because I pushed, and I did push. I know it felt like it, but it's the first time during a run that I've actually had my head started to hurt. Yeah, that's fine. But it was good. Good session. Nice track. I enjoy the track sessions. They're always quick, and it was last night. It was hard work, but we got it done. We smashed it. So on to the next one. I think my next one is a long run. I've got 11 miles on Thursday. It's Wednesday the day. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing my long run. So I'll see you then.